Merlyn Dalsted, and we're on Baku Live again. And he's going to share with us about his start in ham radio operating and some of the experiences he's had during his years of ham radio operating, and if there were any special events that he got on his ham radio that he remembers. So we're just going to turn it over to you. You see, tell us about that.
Yeah, the reason I got into ham radio, there was a deal on, you could buy a book from Sears Roebuck, How to Be a Ham. Oh, I got here, I found out you had to learn the Morse code. I didn't even know what's his Morse code. So I gave it up. Then one time, I made up my mind in the fall, I'm gonna learn that ham radio. So I went, they happened to have a class in Walhalla at the school, and Harold McConnell was he was a teenager, and he was taking those classes in Walhalla. A guy there was Myron Owens was the name of the guy that was given the radio theory, and Harold McConnell, he got the license the same time, 1963. I got a license for ham radio. Started with a novice, 5 words a minute for Morse code. And I can do Morse code I could cover the whole world with Morse code.
Wow.
I learned Morse code, you know.
Yeah.
It's the same as telegraph, but I don't understand nothing about telegraph. It's different.
Yeah.
I covered the whole world with Morse code. And Harold McConnell too. And Harold McConnell lived at Baku, and he got licensed at the same time, and he really went into it, you know. He knows. He's still a head guy that I check in here on a Wednesday, Tuesday nights here.
Yeah.
In Pembina County, I check in here.
Sure.
And Harold McConnell, he's still head of that ham radio.
Well, yeah, he's a busy fellow. He's also the weatherman up here.
Yeah, weatherman. Another thing he does, he makes his own airplane.
Oh.
You ever see his airplane?
No, have you ever ridden in one of his planes?
Well, I told him I wanted to get right, and he said, Merlyn, you can't get in. He said, you'll have to just sit on the wing. Or I sit on the wheel, he said, just joking with me. I was too stiff to get in there. But the other day he went over here. He come from the east there, and I was outside there. I waved, and he waved, and I went in here, and he's got 2 meters. That's 2 meters here.
Yeah.
He's got that in his little airplane.
Oh.
So he talked to me. And he said he made a circle here, and then he went east across the lake.
So he was able to talk to you from the plane?
Yeah, he's got that in the same rig that's that there in his plane.
Sure.
So I talked to him from the airplane. He was in the airplane. WA0YSF, mobile, air mobile, when he's in the airplane. He really knows all about ham radio.
Now, in your ham radio years, I know it is 1963. Well, how many years is that?
I covered the whole world with that Morse code.
60, 70 years. Have you? What's the furthest away anyone you've talked to?
I talked all over. I talked to a guy in England, and he went, "Oh, but I didn't understand one word he said." He talked like Fred Sir. I'll never forget that. In Iceland, I never got hold of Iceland. There's so few in Iceland that I never got hold of Iceland. But I talked all over with the Morse code. And on voice too, called single sideband. That's got it right here.
Okay.
That's called single sideband.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Remember he said he talked to somebody in Alaska and he had
yeah, tell him about the time you talked to that guy in Alaska.
Okay, that's when I lived where Caleb lives. I had a beam there, you know. It's still there, but it all broke down. When I lived where Caleb lives, I had a beam there, and I turned it towards Alaska, 530. CQ, Alaska, CQ. A guy answered, "Hey, this is some call letters, you know, Alaska. I'm in Sitka, Alaska." Well, I said, I know guys in Sitka, Alaska. A guy that taught me the radio theory, Myron Owens in Sitka, Alaska. That's the guy that taught me. Same guy. That's Harold McConnell couldn't believe I got hold of a guy the same guy that taught me ham radio. I talked to the same guy in Alaska that taught me, and they taught him too.
Isn't that something?
And Myron Owens was the name of the teacher.
Yeah.
And then there was a guy, what the heck was his name? He was a superintendent in Walhalla there. I can't think of his name right now. He went to Alaska. That's why this guy went to Alaska too, see. The superintendent moved to Alaska.
Okay.
He was fishing there.
Yeah, it wasn't Charlie Fox, was he there? No, he wasn't the principal superintendent up there in Walhalla.
Yeah, funny, I can't think of his name now.
Did you ever talk to anybody, Bill Adams in Roseau, Minnesota?
Well,
He was a ham.
I talked to guys around here. There's Willow City. I talked to a guy in Willow City, and I told him I played in bands. You know what he called me? GWD is my call letters. So he said, "I'll call you Great Whiskey Drinker." Instead of saying George William David, he
Great
knew
whiskey drinker.
He knew that I was playing in the bar, so he knew I didn't care.
Well, that was easy to remember then.
Yeah, he called me the Great Whiskey Drinker, and then he passed away. I remember that guy lived in Willow City.
Yeah. Have you ever had anybody reach you that was an emergency?
Not really emergency, no. But then my wife got me into bought me a TV course, and I didn't learn much. Only thing I learned how to solder. I made a 27-inch color TV out of a bucket of bolts.
Bucket of bolts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I learned how to solder.
And it worked?
Oh yeah, I had it.
Wonderful.
I had a color TV. It was a 27-inch. Had it in the basement. One time my wife, it had a kind of a fuzzy thing on it,
Yeah.
My wife said, "Why'd you get that fuzz out of there? It's kind of hard to watch it." I put it all together. Okay, but instead of going to my books, I just got in there and I started doing something. Boo and all that. That was the end of my TV. Yeah, that was a 27-inch color television.
Well, that's pretty good. I mean,
Then I learned how to fly. See, I drove a school bus for 14 years, and his wife drove there too about the same time. Yeah. I drove a school bus for Cavalier, and the mechanic was named Willard Salem. He got into flying model airplanes, this guy. So he got me into flying model airplanes. So I bought kits, and I started flying model airplanes, and I learned how to fly. I crashed a long time. I crashed many times, but Willard always, if I broke my airplane, he'd fix it for me in the wintertime, So, Willard, he'd love to fix them. Then I got one that's in the shed here. It's 6 feet wide. Willard Salem moved to Fargo. His wife wanted to go to Fargo. So he came here one time in October. He made an airplane for me in Fargo. And he flew it. It's 6 feet wide. And he said,
wow.
Merlyn, he said, it's too cold now to fly. But he said, in the spring I'll come and I want to stay in Cavalier all summer and we'll fly that thing next summer. But he had passed away from liver cancer.
Oh, no.
He died before he got here.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then,
that's a big one, 6 foot.
Yeah, it's in the Quonset.
Yeah. Wow.
I never did fly, but he flew it in Fargo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he was really a handy guy at that.
Yeah.
He played music with us. He played bass guitar in our band.
Okay.
And he was a mechanic in the bus. Mechanic.
Bus barn.
The bus barn. He was a terrible nervous guy, when he was working on a bus or something. He'd never work on it when all the drivers are in there. He'd never do anything when they were there. He was a nervous guy. He'd wait till all gone, then you work on the bus. He was a nervous guy. Hell of a nice guy.
Well, during your years driving the school bus, did you ever have any accidents or any excitement on the bus?
No, but one time I was north of Baku. I had to go get
Bad crowd up there.
Listen, I had to go northwest of Baku, a railroad track there.
Yeah.
And there was somebody living back there, I forget who it was. So I had to go there. One time it was storming bad, and I had my bus half full of kids, And I come in from the south, and there's a bad snow there. I was scared of going to get hung up on the railroad track. Then there's a storm, and there could be a train coming.
Sure.
I had to either unload or not go. So I backed up and I give it all I could, and I made it over the railroad track. Barely made it. If I got hung up, storming, and I'd have to unload the kids because I wouldn't know a train might be coming.
Yeah.
coming there.
Oh yeah.
So I told Mel Olson about it. I said, I'm going to either quit or you got to take that route off there. So Mel went out there, looked it over, and he said, yeah, that's a dangerous deal. So he told me to pick him up more north of Baku. Had to wait there for me, I didn't. I told him I would never drive there again in a storm like that.
No,
It's a dangerous thing, you know.
It's a lot of responsibility.
Yeah, and there's no way I could do it. If I got stuck, I'd have to unload me. Never know when the train comes, you know.
It's serious. There really is a need for bus drivers, and it's just so much responsibility.
I drove about for 13 years. So.
Oh, that's a long time.
Yeah.
That's a long time to drive a bus. But well, as we'll kind of wrap it up, we're going to want to visit with you again sometime and get some more stories out of you.
I got a lot of stories.
Do you have anything you would like to say? Where did you meet Kay?
I'll tell you what, Matt Werman is the instigator. You know Matt Werman?
Oh, yeah, I know Matt.
He put on a show in Hamilton one time. It was live. He called it the Grand Ole Opry. Remember that? He made him sing up there in Hamilton. It was in the old store, you know, at the dance hall there.
Yep. Yeah.
And I sang a little up on the stage there, you know. And,
sure.
Buck Owens or whatever I did there. And then afterwards, I went to the bar there, and Kay was there with a guy from Langdon. Sherry's sister was going with a guy from Langdon. He knew me. He called me over. Come on over, Merlyn. And he knew me from Langdon. So here's a load of gravel for him.
Okay.
And so I said, and then the Kay was there in the booth, you know. And by golly, I thought I'd introduce myself to her. So later on, I seen her in Cavalier, and I said to her, you wouldn't want to go on a date? Oh, yeah. So we went to Grafton to the bowling alley.
Yep.
And I threw a ball. I never bowled nothing. I threw a ball like that. Ping! We got a strike. The first one I threw. I said, "There's nothing to this. I just luck. She thought I was a professional bowler. I threw the ball and I knocked everyone down." That was in Grafton.
Oh, goodness.
That was your first date.
That was my first date.
Well, I guess
She was a wonderful girl. Dick knows all about her. She worked in the courthouse for many years. Tax director.
Yes. Yes.
Sweetheart.
Yeah.
And she got you the job at you worked there in janitor.
Yeah, for maintenance.
Yeah. And she got you the job. Did you know that?
30 years.
Did you know that she got you the job?
We used to start talking and go around and get the garbage every day about 4:30, and we might get out of everybody'd go home, and we'd be still there at 6 o'clock.
Talking.
Well, I tell you who's working there now. My grandson.
Yeah.
He goes there at 3, and he gets home at 8. He picks up the
garbage and everything.
Baskets.
Well, that was part of that job. I was there 24/7 because we had 2 boilers or 3 boilers. So in the winter, I was there 7 days a week.
Yeah. Well, anything else you got? So how long did you date before you married?
Oh, didn't date very long. See, my brother got married. He married Lorraine Sheffield at the same time. And it's in, I can't remember what it was in the fall of the year. No, it was in the spring when I got married because we got married, and I should have been home seeding. So we were supposed to go, and after we got married. We had a big dance in the hall in Hamilton. I had free beer there, and by the time I got there, the guys at Hamilton, they were done drinking all my beer when I got there. Anyway, we went we were supposed to go to South Dakota for a trip, you know. But at that time, we weren't done seeding our crop, you know. It was in the spring of the year.
Sure.
And so we just went to Medora. But if we'd have went that spring, if we'd have went to South Dakota, that's the time they had a terrible flood there. A lot of people drowned. So lucky we just went to Medora.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that was in the spring of the year.
That's I was sad. I knew Kay too from
very
when
nice.
she was
She
a
got
kid.
that-
in Hamilton.
I can remember she had a lump or something in her breast. And she went to the doctor in Cavalier. She took off from the work, you know. I was sitting under the table in the kitchen there, and all of us, I seen her come home. I knew that she found out she had breast cancer.
Yeah.
And I cried, and she cried. But she said to me, Merlyn, don't cry. I'm not going to die. She said, poor girl, that she suffered. But she worked every day.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
And her arm got as big as a stovepipe.
Yeah, she never quit working.
She never quit working. Worked every day. And took all those treatments.
Yeah.
She was a tough woman.
She was tough.
Well, Merlyn, you've had some good times. You've had some sad times.
Yeah.
And you're going to be soon 90 now, and you blessed so many people in this area with your music and your friendship. So we're just glad that you would sit down with us and share your life on Baku Live. As we mentioned earlier, you're probably the oldest person in Advanced Township today.
Right.
I can't think of anybody that's
Nobody older.
That's any older than you. So you've seen a lot of the Baku area.
And I got a good memory yet. You know,
your mind is solid as or
5 years old, I can remember.
Yeah, so that's the blessing. And if you think of some more stories, and I want to visit with you some more.
Yeah.
Again, we'll do it some other time in it.
Yeah, we'll have to do it again.
Yeah, we'll do it
There's
again.
no trouble with stories with me. Now, if I go someplace, I start talking to my nephews, and I just talk steady. Daryl Croson. And you know, Barney, my brother, used to tell me stories, you know, when he got older. All repeated, you know, he did over and over, and I heard them 100 times, and now I'm doing the same thing Daryl said. Daryl's telling me, I'm telling Daryl, my nephew in Fargo, stories, I heard it 100 times, he said. And I'm the same way. I keep repeating the old stories. You know.
Okay, well, we love hearing them, so long for now from Baku.